Hi everyone, I'm by the names of Rajkara Desmond, a student of Gulu University, offering higher education access in physics and mathematics. So, today, in this video of mine, I want to first thank you and congratulate you for joining or accessing my YouTube account. The purpose of me creating this YouTube account in order to teach people how to use a computer. And this account is majorly educative videos to be dropped in, not none other than educative videos. So before I go more further into details about computer, I'll first start to define what a computer is. A computer, in our simple terms of understanding, is an electronic device that processes data according to a set of information or instruction known as programs. Always these computers work under a set of programs or informations. Before, when these programs are not there, a computer cannot easily be run. So that is a simple definition I can give about a computer. But before I go more further, today I want to teach you the simple and the simple ways how to operate a computer. The first way I'm going to teach you how to start a computer. First is, when you're starting a computer, majorly when you're using a laptop. So always when you open a laptop, you'll find always there's a button always at the right corner of a laptop. It's either square or circle. Press that button when you're opening a computer. The computer automatically will sense that somebody is in process to use it. Automatically will start. So when you start the computer, it will open. After the computer opening properly. So let me first teach you how to open and shut down. So when it opens, to give you all its features that is displayed on the background. For example, I can say these features like you are seeing mine here. I have these folders, I have these applications here, the Adobe, the Chrome, and the VCL. So as I go more further, I can tell you there are very different ways how to shut down a computer. Now let me show you, after showing you how to open a computer, I can now show you how to shut down a computer. Now I can go on and say there are simple ways how to shut down a computer. For example, I can use my window. For example, I'm using Windows 10. So I can press my window. Then after pressing window, I go to the power. This power consists of the restart, the shutdown, and the sleep button. Then you select which one to use. Like for example, if you want to shut down the computer, you press shutdown. The computer automatically will detect that for now they're shutting me down. If you are restarting a computer, it's like when your computer is frozen. So now you want to restart it, you can come basically on that window, then you press restart. Then sleep. Like you want, like a computer is doing a heavy task or downloading something, so you want its background to be closed, but at the same time it's performing that duty. You can make the computer to just sleep, but at the same time the computer is doing that task you have given it. So that is also a simple way you can shut down a computer. Then also another shortcut you can use to shut down a computer. You go to your keyboard. The keyboard consists of a shortcut. Then there's a shortcut of Alt, then F4. So when you press Alt F4 to bring for you option shutdown. So when you go to the right corner, there's an arrow pointing down. When you press that arrow, you'll find the shutdown, restart, sleep, sign out, switch user. Now, for example, like when you want to switch the user, like I'm tired, like I'm in a cafe now, I'm using a computer. So I'm tired now, I want to switch the user. Like my brother want to come and use the same thing, the same laptop I'm been using. But for me, I've opened my account as an administrator. I can quickly switch off my account. Then in order for him, he can log in. So it's the same as sign out. Switch user is almost simply the same as sign out. So always give you the same thing. So like after knowing the basic two ways how to open and how to shut down a computer, the major important thing for you to know is also how you can create a folder. Because if you know how to create a folder, there are different ways you can store your data into that folder. So how to create a folder is basically simple. You can come on your desktop, then you right click. After right clicking, you go to new. After going to new, you can see folder. Then your folder is given a name, comes as a new folder. but that is the name you don't want to use. Like for me, I like an Arsenal fan. I can decide to rename my folder as Arsenal. And after all, I like my jersey number 14 for legends. So I put 14, then after putting I press enter. So I've simply created my folder. So after creating my folder, as you see it here, as I open it, the folder is empty. There's nothing in that folder. So I can give a simple task. If you are seeing this, that folder, I want to move that folder into that new folder I've created. I can right click, then I press copy, then I press paste. Automatically, I've copied that folder into my new folder. But if I don't want it, like completed that folder to be on the background, I want it all of it to be in that folder I've created. I just go and right click, I go to the folder, right click, then I press start, then I come here and I press right click, then I press paste. Automatically I'm carrying all that folder into my new folder I've created. As you have seen, the folder has been transferred to the new folder I've created. That is a simple way I can tell you how to operate a computer. But the basic one you can also know, there's also another way you can see. I think always when you open a laptop, there's always that where written this PC. This PC, you first open this PC. It gives you more information and more clarity. Like here you can see your storage of the computer, the storage on which the window is, the storage of your hard disk. Like mine here, the computer I'm using, the storage where the window is 160 GB, as you can see here. I see that's where my window is located, but the storage where I can store movies is still empty. I've not stored anything there. So this can also give you more information where to store your data particularly. Have you seen? So that is the better thing you can know about computer. But also there's also a shortcut for if you don't want to use my PC. There's also that shortcut you can use. You can just come to Windows, then you press E. It takes you direct to that shortcut you are using. So that is the best simple way you can operate a computer. So I can also tell you that computer consists of various parts and components. As you can see, here a computer consists of components like hardware. Hardware are simply, if I'm to explain hardware devices, these are tangible parts of a computer. For example, I can tell you example of a hardware. We have a mouse, we have a keyboard. These are parts of a computer which are tangible. You have the CPU. When you go like into a desktop, you have the CPU. So those are tangible parts of a computer. So particularly, I can say hardware consists of CPU. That CPU, when you flash back, like when you're joining a computer, always the computer teacher is going to tell you that CPU, or the central processing unit, is the brain of the computer because it consists of the variety of these components. For example, there's the RAM, the storage, the power supply, everything is in that CPU. So you can easily access everything in that CPU. So that is the major thing you can access there. So without going more further, I can tell you about the output devices like the monitor. Those are the example of projector. Those are output devices. You can also tell you about the input devices like the keyboard, the mouse, then storage devices, the memory example like RAM. Those are temporary storage like the RAM. So that is one example of computer component. Then the second component is the software. Software let me first define a software before I go to the categories of software that we have. A software is a set of information that tells the hardware how to perform a task. These are sets of information that are really installed in the computer, and they can easily tell which specific task to be performed. For example, you have the operating system. Example of operating system, you have Windows, Linux. Example of operating system. These are software that manages hardware and software resources. These are the one that manages. Without a window, you cannot run a computer automatically. That is impossible. So we also have application software. These are programs that are designed for specific tasks, like word processing, spreadsheet, and ls more other. So as I told you earlier, here computers have been like we say, we have been having evolution of computer from first generation of computers where we have to use like a box, those big computers, but for now we have portable laptops, computers, desktop that are now portable. As we are going on further with generation changes. And we can study also more examples of the modern computers now. They are very fast. The versatility, they can handle same task at the same time. Like I can be typing at the same time, listening to music. They can do various types at the same time. The intelligence, they can easily detect, even though you write any mistake, they can easily be corrected. So members, I want to thank you all again. I remain Rajkara Desmond, a student of Gulu University. So subscribe to my YouTube channel so that every video that I drop, you can easily access it immediately. Thank you for watching. May the Almighty Lord protect you.